Good morning, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Todd?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm
I wasn't
here.
ever able to test everything out before we logged in. Anyway, sorry. The boss was on a call. Trying to get brownie points by getting into the office early, and so he called her and had to take care of that. Anyway, how is everybody this Thursday morning? How are you, Todd?
I am I'm as good as an aged old fart can be, I think.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see who's in the chat. Chat, chat, chat. Good morning, Harbors. Good morning, Bob Crack. Good morning, Swamp. Good morning, Lag. Texas, how are you? I know I saw Glenn in here somewhere. Well, I said his name. Glock, how are you? Mr. Sadie, you're out and about early this morning. Did I get everybody? Chicken, how are you this morning? Anyway, so starting it off with a bang this morning. I suppose y'all heard that Tina Turner died.
Yeah, rolling, rolling, rolling on a
You know,
river.
I really did not. I dislike that song. I have never liked that song. I don't care who sings it. I just don't like that song. That's my opinion.
Do,
But
do,
she was an
do,
amazing
do,
lady.
do, 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 do.
She came back from some hardships to be very successful, and that's good.
Yeah, she was like mid 80s, wasn't she?
Yeah, she really made her come back about that. Not well, 80s, the
No, I
90s.
mean her age. She's like
Oh, oh yeah,
mid
she was like 83,
Yeah, she's 83.
83.
83. Well,
So that's
that's about average life expectancy, isn't it?
yeah,
I guess.
yeah, I think so. Well, it keeps edging up because we have the modern medicine these days.
Well, once you reach age 80, then your life expectancy is probably 90 because, yeah, if you just take an average of an entire population, but if you've already reached 80, then chances are you'll live longer than the average. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's yeah, it was.
She played a good character in the Mad Max movie, the second one.
Yeah, I mean, she was a good music. She was a good singer. I liked her music. I just didn't like that one song. And like I said, I don't like it for anybody. No, don't say that, Mr. Sadie. That boat's going to be waiting on you. Um, on my YouTube feed, because I follow some dumpster divers and stuff like that. One of the people that I follow, they've been doing since colleges are letting out now. Kids are going home. They've been, um, going to the dumpsters at the universities that they can get to and then they resell it and whatever they do with it. So a lot of stuff they donate.
Bye.
The boss lady leaving you today?
Yeah, she's doing a product show.
Oh, okay. God, she's doing it early. Uh, I was wondering, has anybody ever sourced from the universities when all these kids are going home? Books or any of that kind of stuff? Anybody in the chat?
Not
Bueller?
me.
Anybody? Which I mean,
Would be a
you'd have to
time
be.
to get some, put on like Facebook, paying top dollar for new, used, or newish used books
Right.
because a lot of college books are very expensive.
Yeah, I know a lot of them are, Ron. He said most books are sold back.
Right.
Um, but there's other stuff that they've accumulated. Because when Vanya left NC State, they had big bins, and them suckers were full of just stuff, furniture and all that kind of crap. You know, the stuff these kids, if you've got kids or have had kids in university, they just accumulate all kinds of stuff. Which back when I was in my 20s, I dated a girl, and I went with her father to move her back to Rock Hill from South University of South Carolina, and we filled up the back of an F-150 long bed pickup truck with the cab over the back and the back of his van, and we just can't and she had a roommate. We cannot we couldn't figure out where she had all this stuff at in that little tiny dorm room of hers. So anyway, I was just wondering if anybody sourced or dumpster dived or any of that kind of stuff. You like my shirt lag? I can actually get back into it, so I decided I'd wear it today. Um, so you usually bought shop stuff, Mr. Sadie? Um, so anyway, I was just wondering, you know, if because I know some people dumpster dive, and I was just wondering if they kind of tried to hit the universities at that time to see what kind of stuff that they could find that they could resell or.
I think he would do pretty good in like apartments that rent to college students, the dumpsters there.
Yeah. Or if it's a note, make a note to yourself if you live in a college town. Maybe, like you said, put it out on Facebook Marketplace or something like that you're interested in helping them get their junk out of there. Small appliances, books. No clothes, no linens, no garbage.
Yeah. Probably lots of old beer bongs and
Liquor bottles,
liquor bottles. Yeah,
which some of those liquor bottles sell for money.
it's true.
Empty liquor bottles.
Crown Royal bags.
Really, Texas. Never thought of that. He said paper recycling dumpsters were all pulled up during COVID. Used to be great source for books, magazines, and supplies. Did they put them back out? Good morning, David. But that was one of the things that came up in my YouTube video, and I mentioned the other thing on Scott's show yesterday, and that was about um, once again, it was a YouTuber, only treasure hunting with Jeebus. I follow him. I watch his videos. Some of his videos I really think are kind of set up, but that's just my opinion. He's just too lucky about finding cash and money and all that all that kind of stuff in these lots of money in these lockers. But he was talking about he bought a. This video was about a locker that he thought after he got into it and started going through it that it was staged because there was all of these like anime boxes, figure boxes, Funko Pop boxes, and then when he got in there and he started looking, going through stuff, they were all empty. Every one of them was empty. So my question is, do you ever sell empty boxes? Because if any of you collect or know collectors, if they have an item that they can put into a box, they they want that. Because I have had friends in the Star Trek world that would lose their crap if you opened one of their unopened boxes. So, does anybody sell boxes?
Uh, I mean, I don't not look for them, but I don't find many boxes to sell. But like some of the video game boxes I hear sell for good money, like some of the old Pokemon game boxes. Um, Sell for like up into the hundreds. Nike shoe boxes.
Right.
I guess if
Yeah.
you had the right, if you had a desirable pair, I mean the box that matches a $2,000 pair of shoes, somebody's going to want the box for their pair of shoes if they don't have one.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, I know it's a case where you take the time to search on eBay to see what is selling and whether it'd be worth it or not. Um, but I just was wondering if people actually did that. I sold some. What were those jewelry boxes? Pandora. I sold some Pandora boxes. I don't know where I got them from, but I listed them, and I had listed them, I guess, about $1 cheaper than what everybody else was. And them things sold like, I mean, they sold the next day. So I knew that certain things, sold. But I was just curious to see what people did. What is that, Todd?
That's an Ike and Tina Turner album.
Oh, is it? Well,
And so is that.
no, is that from your collection or is that stuff? Is that eBay stuff?
Oh, these are albums that I got in a estate sale or somewhere. I haven't listed them. I guess it's time.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and get them pulled out and listed like now. Especially if they're old ones and not repops, because they're redoing vinyl these days.
No, not repop.
And Lag says an empty 1999 Pokemon booster box goes for $5,000. Now, is that
Wow.
asking price or is that what it sold for? That's a big difference.
I think I saw NC Picker. He
Right.
sold a Pokemon box for like 400 or 500. I'm like, what? Just for an empty box? So
Oh, that was a
yeah.
sold. Well, like I said, my personal experience, some of these people that collect stuff, it might not be the box it actually came in, but if it's the box it's supposed to have came in, it just looks better in their collection. Oh, you got such and such in the box. Cool. And it does help the value But anyway, that was just a question I had. What is Tina looks rough in those album covers. Good morning, Beth. And there's a
Boy,
link if
she
anybody wants to
was.
join us.
Her shows were dancing and shaking body parts, and yeah.
Oh, I had a friend, Pam. Pam, let me start all over again. I had a friend, or have a friend, named Pam, and she and her partner would go to see her every time she came into Charlotte. And her tickets weren't cheap back then. I mean, they're not anything like they go for now at any, tickets start off at $500 now for anybody. Yeah, Beth. Pam said that there was no, you never yawned or got bored during her show. It was full energy, full on the whole time. And she had a distinct voice. She didn't sound like four other of the other singers out there. But yeah, Todd, you need to get those listed today.
Yeah, this one's from 1971.
She had some long legs.
Yep, this one. These are not in great condition. I haven't tested them yet. They look a little scratchy.
Okay. I'm trying to. There he is. Trying to get rid of Lag's comment. Um, but a lot of people don't even play them now. They go to IKEA and get album frames and use them for art deco.
Yeah.
So because I've seen because I was on sell an album one time and I was looking through the solds and people just sell the album covers.
Proud Mary, keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Man, she could dance to Rolling on the River. Woo.
Todd's never on camera though. I know. So he'd have to fix his camera so it was from the neck down. Roberta said if you start, if you jump up and start dancing like Tina does, she was going to turn on she was going to come around here to my side so she could see you dance.
Oh, heck no, I'd break a hip trying to dance like Tina Turner now.
Yeah, and it's all downhill from there. Good
Hello,
morning.
son.
Morning, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Okay.
Riding around the estate this morning?
Yeah, putting some final touches on the next couple of days for his party this weekend.
You been going?
Had to build a stage for the band.
He's having a band.
Oh yeah, he hires a band every.
Anybody famous or just a band?
I can.
Oh, that's pretty.
Here's the stage.
Yeah. Sadie his boss says go build a stage, so Sadie does. There it is.
Do you have to?
Crazy.
Does he give you a budget and all that kind of stuff, Sadie?
I got a card up there.
You need to build that thing so you can pull some bolts out of it and store it in the corner of his barn.
It looks like
He's got a pretty lawn, I'll tell you that.
12 by 16.
15 by 18.
15 by 18.
Call from Puck's session.
Yeah, there's the beer room.
Hello.
When the pool deck resurfaced, they're coming out to finish it today.
Nice.
There's the palm trees. Anybody tells you can't have palm trees in Missouri.
Well, he's got enough room in that house to take him inside during a freeze. Yeah, he stocked up. Where's the
Okay.
Bud Light?
That's what I was about to ask.
Oh, that empty spot was where the Bud Light was, huh?
How many people are going to be at this shindig this year?
America.
Mm-hmm. Got to shoot some fireworks too.
Yeah, the fireworks are after the band.
Nice.
Has he got a company coming
That's what
in to do
you
that?
need, Todd.
I know. You could live right there.
Yeah, he hires it. He hires it all out. Yeah.
So you got a
Or
beer
I hire it
cave.
all out, I should say.
You got a beer cave, a grill, a boat in a big pond, a music stage. Life is good.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Take me now.
So party planner is part of your job description?
Well, I don't know about planner, but
Party builder.
yeah, get it all ready. There's the pontoon. And there's the lake. Right over there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. That's an 1800 cemetery.
Wow. On that point?
Yeah, on that point. Right there.
Now, is the lake on his property?
Yeah, he's got two other neighbors that are on the lake as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a nice place. How many acres does he have there?
Total of 18 acres.
$18 acres.
Wow.
Times get hard, you can raise potatoes right there.
Well, he sure has a nice lawn. You do a good job at it. Or do you have guys that come in and do it for you?
Yep.
So you get out there in your short shorts.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
So you get out there in your short shorts and lay out there in the sun when nobody's home.
Oh, Sadie legs.
Now he's
Shorts right now.
he's been away from the house for a while, hasn't he?
He's been back from Florida for about a month.
He snowbirded.
Yeah, he goes down there for about 3 months every year.
You can't talk him to flying you down there so you can see after his place, or has he got somebody that does it down there?
He just owns a pad down there that he parks his RV on, trailer and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, he brings it all back when he comes. There's really nothing to.
Well, after I said that, I didn't know whether he might have had a condo down there.
The lake house down at Lake of the Ozarks, but it was just so much work. And then he had a 40-foot boat down there for years, and that was a lot of work. We got rid of all that.
Yeah, unless you have somebody to take care of that stuff all the time.
Had
It,
people, to keep it ready for him, and he had a captain that would meet him and drive him, and stuff. But
right,
if you're drinking and stuff, you want to have your own captain. You don't want to
right,
be driving and drinking a car because that's just as serious as driving and drinking a car.
right. Yeah, people don't realize it, but operating a boat while you're, especially on the lakes around here, operating a boat while intoxicated is, like you said, just as bad as um,
Oh yeah,
driving an
that'll
automobile.
it'll cost you your license just the same as it will a car.
And you have a greater chance of killing somebody because it's not like you got all that metal wrapped around you.
Right.
I guess it was about, I'm gonna say, in the late '70s. There was a article in our local paper. Uh, these people had, a houseboat, just a regular old houseboat, and the photograph for the article had a jet boat stuck in the side of it. This guy was drinking, flying down the river, and ran right into the side of it.
Mm.
Yep.
Nobody was hurt, but some people went to jail.
What time?
No, Mr. Sadie doesn't work for Grumpy. Mr. Sadie would probably kill Grumpy. You must be on the fringe area of Wi-Fi service.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up, Sadie.
Yeah, and you're hanging up too, freezing up too. So you got them listed, Todd?
Nope. I guess
Just
I'll be
shuffling
doing
through.
that today.
Well, you got to go see the ladies today, don't you? Your girlfriends.
Yeah.
See what kind of lovely items you can buy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go over to the rummage sale and tear them up.
If you talk sweet to them, they might start pulling you some stuff back, setting it back in a box for you.
They told me I could volunteer there and pick out stuff before it goes out for sale. But no, I ain't working with. I ain't
They
gonna work
they
there.
would, you'd want to pick, and they'd want you to work.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
So,
Thursday I got 5 packages going out. So about an
good.
average sales day.
Any big ticket items?
No, a biggest item was $65 pair of snake boots. You know those camouflage snake boots that come up real high, and they got what is it, Kevlar
Right.
built into the fabric so a snake can't bite through it. So
Well,
I
that'll
never
pay
had a
you for.
problem with snakes. I mean, I lived in Texas and Oklahoma my whole life, so you know, you see a rattlesnake every once in a while, but you just go walk around them, take the wide path around them. You don't.
Right.
The only
Well,
the only way you could get bit is pretty much as if you just stood there and tormented it.
I do not like snakes. And
Or
for
if
the
you
longest
just
time, I was in the wrong profession because when I was young, I helped my dad during the summer and the weekends on the survey crews, and I hated marshy areas because you never knew when you were going to cut a tree down and a daggum rattle-headed copper moccasin was going to fall out on top of you. So I was paranoid about those things.
rattle-headed
Copper
copper
moccasins.
copper moccasin. Rattle-headed.
Yeah.
Are you sure they're?
It don't matter if it was a damn black snake. I hated snakes and would get away from them.
Mhm.
God, my eyes are itching this morning. Um, yeah. Just so you
eBay
know,
is
that's something that was
revamping
made up.
business policies. Great.
Because we
Have you
have water
seen
moccasins, we have copperheads, we have rattlesnakes, we have it all here.
Have you seen the new post office rate changes?
No, I haven't.
Man, they're like taking away first class entirely and then combining ground shipment in with first class, and then they're gonna put a guarantee on it. Well, I've found out lately guarantees don't work with the USPS. Anyway,
They're just trying to get themselves out of business.
Shed Flips did a video. Yeah, I watched that Shed Flips story about it. He said he thought they were going to do it because they had lost too much of their share of shipping. I wish they would take back that surcharge for long items. You know, anything over 22 inches is another $4, and anything over 36 inches is $15 surcharge. I'm like, really? So,
I don't know how long they think they're going to last. Because first of all, people don't mail cards like they used to, Christmas cards and stuff like that. Um, their junk mail just goes into the trash when it comes here, and that they don't pay nothing for that. Oh, Roberta was on Timu yesterday afternoon, and you can buy first class stamps on there. And according to the people that bought them, they said they're good.
first class stamps. What's the
Yeah.
difference in a first class stamp and a regular stamp?
Well, I said first class. I meant a regular, forever stamp.
Huh.
And
They're fake? Black
beach,
says they're fake.
I don't know.
I mean, eBay's always been a good place to buy stamps because you can always find them cheaper than you can buy them at the post office.
Right? Fight me again. He is being a bitch this morning. Okay. Oh, that's a stamp holder.
So yeah, changes in the USPS coming in July. What else is going on? What policy? What business policies is eBay going to change now? They've already jacked us around so much we can't even see straight. They're probably adding more item required, what do you call it? Required listing things. Dang, I get tired of that.
Yeah. You put up a listing and everything will be fine. Then the next day you got to put this on it and you got to put that on it.
Yeah, you know how many things you can put down on a watch? If I wanted to sell this watch, how many descriptors they would want you to put on that? Oh my God. They're making them easier to use. In other words, a glitch-a-thon. I expect so. Anytime they change that old platform, it's just full of glitches.
Good morning, Night Nurse.
Another thing I heard was from Philly Flipper. He said he would get returns, and then if the item was returned opened, or like if he sold something new and it was returned opened, or if something return came back and it was a different item,
Right.
he would give them a 1/2 partial refund. And he did one like a week or two ago, and eBay shut him down. They said you can't do any more. You can't do any more partial refunds for 90 days. So man, he raised a stink.
Well, it sounds like the only thing, if like the case of people returning the wrong item, that looks like that's when you turn it over to the post office as mail fraud.
I mean, if you legitimately have bad returns, I wonder what the limit is. 5, 10, 15? How many can you do before they shut you down for 90 days? That's just stupid. I mean, there's no telling what buyers are going to do. I'm not saying buyers are all bad. I hardly, I don't get many returns. And most of the returns I get are because I described something wrong.
Right.
Or accidentally sent the wrong thing or whatever. But, yeah, I think it should be unlimited. I mean, if you ship out something, like this is a brand new in the box Connect 4 game. If I sent that out and got it back, and the box has been opened and stuff is missing, yeah, why would I give a full refund? Anyway,
They're phasing out that, like says, they're phasing out that program. It's costing too much.
phasing out what program?
I
Partial
guess
refund? They're not even going to have partial refunds? So how are they going to protect the buyer if we're not allowed to do a partial refund?
You mean the seller?
Yeah, a seller.
I guess you
Well,
just have to do like Scott and take all those returns back. you know.
so I'll send something out and get back a box of rocks like happened to Craigslist Hunter one time.
I don't know. I guess it'll be case you'll have to take it, file a complaint with the postal service for mail fraud.
Jeez. That's what they told Philly Flipper to do.
What, to file a mail fraud case?
Yeah,
They just want somebody else to do their job.
I know.
But
Fortunately, most buyers are legit.
Yeah. You
There's
know,
a big buyer to
I've had
small claims
no
court.
did not receive, and you know, I've got notice where it showed that it was delivered.
Yeah, now
So
eBay covers me on those. I never had a problem with those. If the tracking shows something delivered, then
right, but I'm also going to say this: Sasha was receiving an item, and it showed, which this was through Amazon, it showed that it was delivered. He got a picture, but it was our next door neighbor's house and not ours. They just left it on the front porch. Which I'm gonna have to say, our mail carrier we have now, she's pretty Johnny on the spot. I haven't gotten any wrong, mail to somebody else in a long time.
yeah. Well, Sadie, that's right. If it gets to the point where it doesn't make sense, people would just stop selling on eBay. But it's not to that point. I mean, I know every time I sell something, I'm going to take a chance. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
but once, like that board game, if it's sealed, which should be that all the pieces of it are probably in little sealed packets inside of it, and you get it back, and it's open, and all the packages are open, uh, you're gonna have to sit down and you're gonna have to count every piece to make sure everything's in there before you can sell it again, unless you sell it as
yeah.
incomplete. And first of all, they should lose 15% of their return if they've opened up the box or any
Yeah.
item, because it's not new and sealed box anymore.
So I probably sell 1,200 items a year on eBay. Um, and I might get one bad buyer a year, and that's for 7 years running. I'll take those odds. I'm not going to quit eBay over one bad buyer out of 1,000.
Right. I mean, any company's going to have that. What my dad's land surveying business, I keep going back to it, but because I have a pretty good knowledge of that. Every once in a while, I mean, we would do 1,000 closing surveys. Where you're buying a house and it shows the house on the lot and the driveway and all the any new man-made features on it. That we would end up not getting paid for because the closing would fall through. Did that make him stop doing closing surveys? No. But, you know, every once in a while it would come up. So, um, I mean, in any business, that's just what happens. But if it like this, if it keeps getting worse where you can't do partials on stuff like that, then people are going to think hard. They're going to maybe it's time where I need to go over to Amazon or do something else.
Yeah. Etsy or Mercari or Bonanza
Right.
but
Or flea markets or yeah.
I mean, there's just too many million people on there buying. Can't quit. I bet 100 million Americans have an eBay account.
Yeah. It's
So Sadie's saying it's going to get worse once the buyers figure out that they can just open up a return for any friggin' reason they want.
I don't know about that lag. People will quit buying from people. People will quit buying from eBay.
I used to work at the return desk at Home Depot once in a while, and people would return unopened stuff without a receipt. And I'm like, really? And the manager just said, give them a store credit. So they got full value in a store credit, even though I know for god dang sure that it was stolen.
Right.
But if it's an active SKU in the store and the customer brought it, a person brought it in and laid it on the return desk, they got their store credit.
You know, when I worked at Staples, Staples has a if you buy a Staples, it used to be, I don't know whether it is now. If you bought a Staples branded product, you could return it at any time, for whatever reason. If you didn't have a receipt, then you got a store credit. If you had the receipt, then you got it debited back to your debit card or cash or whatever, however you paid for it. This guy came in with, those cheap, they call them stick pen, ink pens. They're just a piece of plastic. When you finish with writing with them, you throw them away. He came in with about 20 boxes of those things one time, and wanted to return them. And he didn't have a receipt. And we had loss prevention classes. Stuff like that's kind of weird. So I had to get the manager involved in it. And so she gave him a store credit. But then, they started checking, all the local Staples managers started talking, and it was like, have you been coming up short on these stick pins? Because that's something that people are not going to miss. At night when we were closing the store, we would kind of do a cursory scan of electronics and things like that. The high dollar planners and things, of that type. And you could tell if something had sold. But that's kind of stuff that you didn't go out and go over there and count the boxes every night. So they think that he was just going around picking up a box from here, there, and from the different stores, and then because we had the Staples brand, no receipt policy, he could just take it any place and get a $50 gift card, and then turn around and spend it on something else. But yeah, play it. Walmart now has a thing that you have to show identification when you do a return.
Beard thinks you got an ugly shirt.
Beard can kiss my ass. That's all I got to say about it. If you want to talk about my shirt, then get your butt in here. But Walmart now, you have to show if you don't have a receipt, if the item, when they scan the item, if it's in the Walmart system, they will return it with you can return it with a store credit if you don't have the receipt. Well, but they have to. You have to now show identification, and you're only allowed like 3 returns a year. Whereas before, if it scanned into the store, you were good.
Yep.
I did
So,
get into an argument real fast, like with a guy from at the Staples store, because he was trying to return some Staples branded merchandise from Canada, and I scanned it, and it didn't scan into our system. It don't matter if this product is 20 years old. If it says Staples on it, they will return it. And I said, it's not coming up in the system. And he's like, it's, it says Staples on it. So once again, I had to get the manager out there, and she was looking at it, and she said, I don't remember this brand. I don't remember this box, the design on the box. Where did you get this from? And he said a store up, and I forgot the name it was, in Canada. And she said, sir, we can't take Canadian products back. We can't do that. It's not in our system. So he pitched a fit and called the district manager, and everybody told him, we can't do that. You need to send it back. You need to do something with Canada. Anyway, he says, I'm not driving back to Canada for a $10 box of whatever it was he had. So our store manager went and got $10 out of our petty cash box and gave him the $10 and took the box of pens and wrote up a petty cash for it, and tried to make the customer happy. But he's like, well, it was more than $10, and she said, you can take it or leave it. I mean, $10 was basically around the price of it.
mm-hmm.
And just trying to be a good manager, trying to have good customer service, and still not good enough. Hey, Beth.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I have a predicament. I was wondering if anybody in the chat could help me with.
Fire away.
Okay, I sold a dress 2 days ago, and they paid for it first class. And then she made an offer on a second dress, and she wanted combined shipping, which I do. And I sent her an invoice with $3.50 off, and she didn't pay for the second dress. And she didn't pay for the second dress, and she didn't pay for the second dress. And so now the first dress has to be scanned by 9 o'clock tonight. And so I've sent her message after message saying, you need to pay for this or these aren't going to go together. Well, she never paid. So I sent the first dress, but the invoice that I sent her with the $3.50 off is not going to cover a shipment of the second dress. So my question to everybody is, if I send her a new invoice and put that $3.50 back on, will she have to pay that invoice, or can she go back and pay the previous invoice with the discount?
I don't know. Sorry.
Nobody knows.
I've
Okay.
I've never had that situation.
Yeah, this is why I need to have business policies, but I need somebody to help me because every time I've done business policies in the past, it has screwed up in my entire store and it's taken me days to get everything back the way it was. I want to put a business policy that says additional items can ship, at a discounted rate. But
Yeah, that's easy to do on a business policy. It just says on the line where it says what you charge for shipping, it'll say next item, and you just add like $1 or $2 or whatever you want it to be. That's an easy one.
yeah, but my problem, Scott, is when I go into business policies, it has like 10 policies up there. Does that mean and it says these are recommended for you? If I delete those policies, I'm cool, right?
Yep,
And just add the one I want and only have one business policy.
correct.
Okay. Thank you so much. She will have to pay the most current invoice is what Julie says.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
I
Well,
put
this
these-
is a new eBayer. I had to hold her hand through the whole thing, but she's just not answering my messages. So I was just secretly hoping she just cancel the thing, but But I know this isn't very much money, but in the future, I don't want this to happen with a larger, more items where I end up losing more
Right.
money.
Well,
I
if
did.
she says anything to it about saying, eBay rules are we're supposed to have.
I've already told her that. I said,
Okay.
we're going to get a ding on our account at this. It was supposed to be shipped yesterday. I have a 24-hour lag. I have 2-day handling because of my postal situation.
Right.
And I called my mail carrier, and he's on today, so he will definitely get it scanned, by 5 o'clock. So
Right.
I know that one's fine. But if he wasn't on today, I'd have to drive it down to the post office because my substitutes, they never scan. You can stand right there and tell them you have to scan, and they won't scan.
Well, I took some stuff out to our mail carrier because she was coming down the road, and I just took it out there to her, and she stopped and scanned it right then, and I said, "Oh, you're scanning them now because our mail carriers used to not do that," and she says, "Oh yeah, the rule is
Oh yeah,
it's
well,
supposed to be scanned when accepted."
I have I have tubs of packages in front of the mailbox. They have to actually walk around my packages to put my mail in my mailbox, and they'll just walk on by. And I'll take when I see their van, I'll take my packages down the street, and they say, "Oh, we didn't see those," and I'm like, "Yeah, you had to walk around them, like you saw them."
Well, that's what I was thinking too. Night nurse was to cancel the second order and ship the first.
Well, see, I can't cancel it because it hasn't been 96 hours or 90, however many hours they have to pay. So I can't cancel it. Which is another reason that I should have immediate payment because she didn't have to pay it for 4 days. And it's
Well,
still
that's just
sitting
it. We've talked about before. People will, you make it. They make an offer, you accept it, and then they don't have to ship till they get ready to. You know, if you'll give me a hamburger today, I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday. Which is from Popeye for you youngsters. Scott, this shirt is not that bright. It's black with a little red in it and fuchsia.
Scott looks like in the Peanuts comic strip, Snoopy when he's being Joe Cool.
Is
Yeah.
it a little bright in there, Scott?
No, it's Tom's shirt. I didn't want to burn my retinas.
Funny.
Well,
You
she'd
look like
already.
you're going to a clam bake or something.
You can go through my whole closet, and not one time are you going to describe anything as fuchsia.
Unless it's
Well,
stained.
I'm proud that I've
Well,
lost enough weight that I could get back in this shirt. Because I have about 5 of these things that I just got fat and I couldn't wear them.
I'm sure Roberta is thrilled.
Yeah. But for sure, Scott, when you're cool, the sun always shines.
Scott,
I turned on the TV, and you were messing with me. I'm sitting in the living room. What? It's even worse when you watch when it's a 55-inch TV and their Tom's shirt is blaring. And I'm like, let me run get some sunglasses and run outside.
Scott, it was your girlfriend that pointed out the photo that I shared on Facebook yesterday with the big
Oh,
old panties in the window.
Oh, I didn't see it. I went on Facebook yesterday.
Oh, did you not?
I'm going right now.
Yeah, I call your name. I say Scott Zilke, so it should show up in your notifications.
Yeah. Tom mentioned you 18 hours ago. I didn't even look at Facebook. Oh, damn. That's a big set there.
You know what? I told Roberta if I could find, because those are like novelty, crank presents type thing. I said if I could find a pair of them, I would buy a pair and send back to Scott saying, "Sorry, they're too small. I need a 3X." Every time you unfurl those things, you can get
Yeah.
5 people into them.
Yeah, it's just one of those days. So I'm sitting there for a second flipping through TikTok this morning, and it comes up. I sent it to Joni. It comes up and says, "I just want to write you a message in the clouds," and the guy holds a little piece of paper up and it said in front of where it looks like it's in front of the clouds. It says, You're a bitch. All I get is Scott Silky, damn it. I'm like, wasn't it funny? Well, yeah. I'm like, all right then.
Well, I really appreciate y'all's help. Y'all have a wonderful day.
All right, Beth. Have a good day.
Not sure how to
Um,
get out of here. I've never been in this
oh,
before.
You're trapped forever.
Oh, here it is. Okay, thanks. Bye.
bye. Uh, no, I don't have any deck shoes.
You can't. You live in North Carolina and don't have Sperry topsiders? What the hell?
I can't afford Sperry topsiders.
Man, they're the yard sales every week. Don't hand me that.
Uh, now my youngest son, the one that's married, he likes Sperry's, but he's all about that. But
Yeah, I used to wear shirts like that. I'm gonna start wearing. I'm gonna start wearing those again. Damn it! Just because everybody looks at you like you're out of your mind, and that's pretty much where I need to be.
I'm old. I can get away with it. If I can find me a red suit coat,
Or those.
burgundy one, lime
Tom,
green one, I'd wear that damn thing because I'm old and I can get away with it.
Todd's probably got one on every day. That's why we only see his hand.
Um, I remember this would have been in the 70s. My mom, there was a man at our church, and there is there was a guy that every Sunday he wore a different color, a bright colored suit jackets. And I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. Sunday mornings, everybody, men and boys wore suits, or they wore jackets with a tie.
I wear
Dressed
cowboy
Sunday
boots
morning
with my
service.
shorts.
And he would have burgundy on one week and red on the next, lime green.
Todd, are you trying out to be the next naked cowboy?
Shoot, this is
Have you seen that
required
guy?
required summer wear.
Have
No,
have you seen that guy? He carries on all over in a pair of tidy whities and boots, and that's all he wears.
No, I haven't seen that. Jelly shoes. Okay. Okay. Just let me know. But
Mom's in trouble.
no, she was just saying that she was getting ready to get on the call. They've got a 3-day weekend, and I think everybody's trying to get all their damn work done before the weekend starts.
There's a naked cowboy. You find him in Vegas or in New York. He goes.
oh yeah. I think I've seen him before.
Todd, Scott, you going to start doing that? The naked reseller? Excuse me, I just kind of threw up a little bit in my mouth.
As soon as he gets below 200, he's going to do it. Which is next week, right? You're about there.
Yeah.
Dang.
You're about to 200?
Yeah.
he-
I was 201 yesterday, 202 today. It's kind of.
what were you at the end of December? You've lost a bunch.
235.
It's good work.
Oh, Lord.
I haven't done any exercising lately. I need to get back to walking. That's part of the problem.
Get your steps in.
Yeah, I didn't have very many yesterday.
So anything exciting going on with you?
Blue eyeshadow Johnny just scared me.
I'm telling you, Scott's going to disappear. Scott's going to disappear one day, and that's because she's taking him out to field or the woods of Alabama and just buried him somewhere.
Yeah, so iPhone will let you rotate 50 pictures through, and I got it set to change every time it locks. So you never know whenever a phone opens up who's going to be there. Sometimes it's the dog. Sometimes it's Blue Eyeshadow Johnny. So that's a good one. Those two.
You've got them dogs ruined.
But then there's normal Johnny.
Uh,
The naked cowboy makes six figures walking around in underwear. Interesting.
Well, you just need to start. Well, maybe get you a speedo and do it so it don't look like you're in your underwear. Walk around in it.
I have to give out refunds.
You know how some of them have like the flags on the back of them, like during the Olympics and whatnot. Get you one that says eBay on the back of it, or the bearded picker.
So did y'all talk about Tina Turner dying?
Yeah,
yep. There she is.
the greats are starting to die off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
1971. Man,
What
I
did
was.
what was the cause of death? Just old age?
Yeah, she'd had a lot of problems. She'd had a kidney transplant,
Oh, I
all
didn't know
kinds of
that.
stuff. So we're all getting older, even though we don't think it. We are. We feel it, but we don't think it. Because my mom, out of all of my aunts and uncles, my mom's sister, Aunt Beck, is the only one left. Out of between the two, my dad's family, my mom's family, there must have been five. There must have been 13 kids, and they're all gone except Aunt Beck and my mom. And that's kind of you stop and think about that they're not around anymore. Lag. If you don't know, have you never seen Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? She was the bad guy in it.
I don't believe Lag. Lag's as old as we are.
I know. He just tries to be naive or make us think he's naive and young and ignorant. Mr. Sadie, you're at 195? Dude, you're wasting away.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but I just don't like that song. But
Leaving my job in the city, working for the man every night and day, rolling, 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 rolling on the
okay, you're gonna
rim.
get me a music infraction there. They're gonna make uh,
Yeah,
a copyright strike for playing
Yeah,
Tina, Ike and Tina.
because
You
they ain't no
sounded just like them.
there ain't no computer in the world gonna recognize that one.
Um, so you've not had any big things going on, Scott?
No,
No issues?
I'm waiting for an Amazon person to pay for an item. Other than that,
Is that fulfilled by you or?
yeah, it's posted as pending. It just hasn't come through yet. It's a pretty good item. I don't know why this thing is worth so much, but it's 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 a iPod dock with an alarm clock, but the alarm clock's got a screen on it like that.
Right.
Care to guess what somebody paid for it?
$125.
231.
No,
How much? $5? $500?
$499.88.
Are you kidding me?
No sir.
Sheesh.
Sony sales.
Congratulations.
Sony sales. I keep telling you.
Dang, Scott.
I guess I'm only selling the cheap Sony stuff.
You know,
I've
I,
been
I guess
got 2 or 3 DVD players listed.
you don't stay on the road like Scott does. Was that a local purchase, Scott?
Um, I've had it for a while. I don't know where I got it from. I think I got it in the state sale somewhere. Yeah, it's been pending for like 12 hours or 18 hours. I need to go ahead and pay for it. Usually that means something's happened with their payment.
It didn't go through.
Either that or it could be expired card. It could be anything.
Right. Okay, guys, I got to get out of here. She's got to get on another call. Todd's got to go see his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, it's time to beat up with the hags.
Yeah, he's got
Yep.
to go. He's got to
Knock
go.
down, drag out. I think this week they're featuring mud wrestling.
Well, Todd, when you get into the vat of mud with the old ladies, be sure and wear a mask so somebody can record it for us.
What
I'm
was that
telling
movie? Stripes, where John Candy got in a mud pit with 2 broads, and
You videotape that. That's viral. You'll be rich.
That's
came-
right.
he came
You would
up
never
with
have
a,
to sell another thing.
he came up with a bra off of a bikini or something.
Yeah, night. That might be a good. But are you shipping doing all your panties through Amazon, or are you doing them through eBay, or are you
Yeah.
fulfilling them?
Each. There's some FBA. There's some merchant fulfill, and there's some on eBay. A little bit of everything.
Night Nurse says ship them a 2X and a 3X at the same time.
I've had
So
them.
you-
I had a couple of them returning for too small. I'm like, you just want a big booty. You're not in the big booty club.
I hear
Like
you.
big butts, and I cannot lie.
You know what, Todd? You'd probably be a lot of fun on a cruise.
Oh, hell, I'm fun all the time.
Get a few buds into you, you'd be
Few
dancing and
buds.
anyhow.
Get a few buds in him. He'll win the bikini contest.
That's right. Well, they've canceled that deal with what's his name.
Hey, Target's next. Hey, Target's next. They are scared to death that they are. There's a lot of you mess with kids and mamas, and they're mad as fuck. Target's next. They're already their stock market price is not great. The last 24 hours.
They're the latest in the chain of events that's getting pushed back on the.
Well, you hired a Satanist to do this crap, man.
Yep. There's some pretty stupid CEO people nowadays. Good God.
They're trying to get that social credit score BS, and it's not worth throwing your whole company away.
That's just it. If it destroys your business, and the stockholders are not going to like it too well either, because that's one of the things that I was reading about Budweiser is that their stockholders were raising hell about it because they lost such a value in their stock.
Well,
Hey, Mr.
Target-
Sadie said he never liked Target. You go in there to look at the hot meals. You ain't got to buy nothing. Damn.
Didn't Target put up that kind of stuff in the kids section?
They put in the kids section. They put bathing suits that were binding bathing suits and ones that were tucking bathing suits.
God.
These were for kids that were 2 years old. These weren't like, oh, we made a mistake. Sorry, they should have been. No, these were 18-month-old, 24-month-old.
People just need to do what they're supposed to. They need to sell what they need to sell. You know.
The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing us he doesn't exist, folks. He's alive and well.
Yeah. Okay. She's got to get on the call. I got to go. Thanks, Todd, for coming in.
Yeah.
Sorry for being late. Scott, thank you for coming in. Beth, if you're still listening, thank you for popping in. Everybody in the chat, thank you for coming by. You're always welcome on the show if you want to jump in. So everybody have a great day, a great weekend. Don't forget to catch Todd's show tomorrow, 9 o'clock
Ebony and
EST
Ivory.
on the Silver Hair Stacker.
I
Bye.
sang I sang that song with a black guy karaoke once.